What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pleeka. I'm Jerome. Today we're going to be ranking every single MCU movie, including Spider-Man 1 through 3, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, and Venom 1 and Carnage as a duo in there too, because I guess, No Way Home connects those, so now they're included in the MCU. And I believe there's also Deadpool and Morbius in here as well. Except for Secret Invasion and the Marvels, those were kind of forgotten about. Hopefully nothing else, but those were definitely forgotten about. So Secret Invasion is D tier, and the Marvels is gonna be C tier. The Marvels it was alright, it was fun, it was not as shitty as everybody made it out to be, but it was fine. Iman Vellani stole the show. We need more of her. But yeah, I got nothing really else to say about that. I guess I should mention the categories are S, A, B, C, D. Nothing special here. It's just the generic shit. All right, starting with Avengers. Avengers 1, what the first bit of the MCU led to. Finally getting our heroes teaming up. Captain America isn't frozen anymore. We get a brand new Hulk, Black Widow, fucking Hawkeye is in this now. Loki's our villain. It's got a whole lot of shit going for it, but it's also directed by Joss Whedon, so now that's a little awkward. I'm gonna say honestly, Avengers 1, it's got so many good bits to it. We keep coming back to it, like in Loki and the Hawkeye show, things like that. Even in the end of Endgame, you come back to it. It's always exciting. I'm gonna say Avengers is A tier. That's A tier Marvel. If every movie could just be Avengers, which I know that's asking for a lot, we'd be fucking golden, baby. We also get, I believe, like our first little hint of Thanos at the end of that. Avengers 1 has just like a lot of the cool big moments of it's got the moment where Hulk punches Thor out the door, or the building or whatever. Some great shit. I also gotta say here, I'm not gonna spend too much time on every single movie because this video would be fucking 7 hours long if I did that. So we have Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, I used to not like this one as much. I used to kind of think this was, it is, out of all the Captain Americas we've gotten, this is the most boring one. But looking back on it now, it's just one that I go back to more than I thought I would. And I really do enjoy that first Captain America movie. It's just so simple. Chris Evans is fucking great as Captain America. I don't know how after the Sam Wilson stuff they're going to recast him ever, because Chris Evans, just like Hugh Jackman and Robert Downey Jr. and fucking some people say like Christian Bale and Michael Keaton, things like that, like they're those characters. He's totally Captain America. But I'm going to give Captain America the First Avenger, after all that being said, I'm going to give it B tier. It's great, but it's just not like as we've gotten so much better. And it's nothing against this movie. There's just some movies that in this list that are so much better. The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. This is a funny one because this is like kind of in the MCU, like you could easily not have it be in the MCU, but now because of She-Hulk and then Captain America, whatever they're calling this next one, they keep changing the title. It's connecting it more and more and more, almost to the point where in like Secret Wars, I want to see Mark Ruffalo versus Edward Norton, or like them teaming up or something, them meeting. That'd be neat because they're such different Hulks.
So we put everything behind us. That fight was so many years ago. I'm a completely different person now, literally.
They feel completely different, but I do love them both. Because this is kind of more like angry, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of you, Hulk, and then he's more smart Hulk on the other side. So, but I like this movie. This one's a lot of fun. There's also it's fun seeing the alternate opening. I think when he's like gonna kill himself and he becomes the Hulk. There's some cool shit like that. There's also like the iceberg going by and you can see like Captain America's shield. I really love Tim Roth too as the Abomination in that. I loved him in She-Hulk. I know a lot of people didn't like She-Hulk. I thought he was a lot of fun in She-Hulk. So, all of that being said with that, I gotta say Incredible Hulk is probably C tier Marvel. I gotta be completely honest here. It's fun. It's got Edward Norton. If it wasn't for that and, Iron Man in it kind of connecting, maybe we wouldn't have got some other stuff in the MCU. But Iron Man 1, I'm going to just right up put this in S tier and then we'll talk about it. Iron Man 1 is, I think, a perfect MCU film. Perfect. I know I said everything could be Avengers, it'd be good. If everything could just be Iron Man. Like, at least their origin movies. Marvel's got to get back to, like, making a good just movie that happens to have superhero shit going on in it. And that's what Iron Man was. It felt very much like a Christopher Nolan Batman movie, except a little more, like, fun and light, Marvel-y. I love Jon Favreau's directing. I wish he would direct more in the MCU. I know he's doing Star Wars and but I think, like, I would like to see more from him in the MCU now, especially in where it is now. It's just a little stale. I think I would really like to see something from him. Not necessarily even Iron Man again. I'd see anything from him. Awkward. I just realized this is Iron Man 2. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to put Iron Man 1 in S tier, and we're going to talk about Iron Man 2 now. I think Iron Man 2 is A tier. A lot of people don't like Iron Man 2, and I didn't know this until later in life. I thought we all agreed Iron Man 1 and 2 were fucking back-to-back bangers, and then 3 was the little iffy one. But fucking Sam Rockwell in this, doing his little jig, we just recently saw that again in What If. Like, how can you fucking not love that? We got Don Cheadle in this now, replacing, War Machine in the last movie. Can't think of his name, but he fucking's like, I'll see you next time, baby. And never came back. We got Don Cheadle in here. Ignore Secret Invasion, please. I don't know. I love Iron Man 2. It's a lot of fun. I know that where's my bird? Where's my bird? All that is pretty fucking boring. Whiplash is not a great, like, it was cool, but whatever. But I really, really enjoy it. Jesus, no, we're just fucking plowing through all the Iron Man. Iron Man 3. It's a Christmas movie, new director. I think Shane Black directed this one. It's fun, but it's more of a Tony Stark movie than it is an Iron Man movie. I heard recently there was an episode in this new season of What If that was gonna be what if the Avengers showed up in Iron Man 3. That'd be pretty cool. Hopefully, maybe we could see that in season 3. I don't know. But I'm gonna have to put Iron Man 3 in C tier as well. I do think it is better than the Incredible Hulk, which maybe I know people do these in order. I don't really ever change the order of these, but I guess I'll do that. I think it's better than the Hulk, but it's still C tier. It's just kind of, I don't know, it's a little boring. I like my favorite scene in Iron Man 3 is when he's like in the room and his parts are slowly coming in and he's fighting the guys and all that. That bit's really cool. I also like when he's saving everybody on that plane and he's actually like droning the Iron Man suit. There's some fun, cool little like different ways to use Iron Man there. But every Iron Man showing up in the end was a bit much. And then the Mandarin fake out, all that, it's just kind of whatever. I just don't really care at that point. But, it is fun. It's a fun Christmas movie. I'll give it that. All right, we have Spider-Man 1. This is going to be a bit controversial with some of these. I'm not the biggest Sam Raimi Spider-Man fans. I do enjoy them, but I'm more of a fan of Amazing Spider-Man than the Tom Holland ones. I really like these ones. I like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. I like Sam Raimi's directing style. But for some reason, I just, like, growing up, I never cared about these, so I never come back to them. So, it's not that I don't like them, really. It's just, I don't know, I just don't have the nostalgia to it like everybody else does. I just didn't care at that time, for some reason. I'm going to give the first Spider-Man B tier, because I do really like it. It is what introduced me to Spider-Man. But like I said, I just don't have that nostalgia connection to it. I don't even think I saw that one in theaters. I know I saw the other 2 in theaters, but I don't know if I saw that one. Jesus, these just have these all in order. I just gotta go through all the Sam Raimis right here. So we have Spider-Man 2. I do like this one a little bit more. I like Doc Ock. That's why I really love the first Spider-Man game as well for PS4. I really like Doc Ock. So I'm going to say, after saying all that I'm not the biggest fan of these ones, I'm giving that one A tier because I really like the story with it. I really like Doc Ock. I also like how they brought him back into No Way Home. That was pretty fun. And I don't know, I remember, this one I actually remember seeing in theaters and just being like amazed by what's going on the screen. But then I never really watched it again after that for some reason. I don't know why. I remember really liking it in the theaters, and then when it was on DVD, I just never cared to go back to them. I don't really understand why. Maybe I should give the series a rewatch, because to be honest, I haven't watched these ones in forever, really. But then Spider-Man 3, this is the one I remember the least. It's got Venom, it's got Sandman, it's got fucking James Franco as a villain a little bit, as like a hobgoblin. I don't know. I'm gonna give this one C tier. It's kind of whatever. The other 2, I could see myself going back to maybe and rewatching them, but the third one I feel like would be a struggle. I gotta remember, there's like Morbius and shit on this list too. Like these movies, I'm not saying these movies are bad. I just don't know them well enough to rank them higher, is a better way to put it. So we have Thor 1. To be honest, kind of a lesser Marvel movie. It's just a little stale, but it is very enjoyable. A little weird with Chris Hemsworth with his blonde eyebrows. Once you notice that, it's fucking hard to unnotice that in the movie. But I'm gonna also give this C tier. That's just kind of okay. I enjoy it, but it's fine. Avengers 2. Avengers 2 I really like. Avengers 2 has gotta be, I'm gonna put B tier, but a better, actually, this is, whoa. This is gonna be the best of the B tiers right now. Avengers 2 is really fun. You start out the movie with, like, your big bang with the Avengers, like how the other one ended. I love the fucking whole, like, the title card. That was a good little touch. Also, you get, like, good banter right at the beginning with them with the language.
Shit! Language! Wait a second. No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language? Just slipped out.
Also introducing Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. I will say Ultron as a villain was just kind of okay. The voice, I can't think of his name, but the voice is very, very good. But I don't know. I just feel like I never really thought Ultron was gonna win. I feel like it almost kind of felt like Loki might win because we saw Loki. We've seen Loki a couple times before, and then he was the Avengers villain. And you're like, holy shit, this makes sense. I've seen this guy fucking do evil shit before. But I don't know. Ultron, I just never really thought he was gonna. I don't know. I just didn't fear him as much as I didn't fear Loki either. I guess, but I don't know. I just think that maybe Ultron is the worst part of Age of Ultron. We got Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield, what killed his Spider-Man. And I gotta be honest, this one is one of my fucking favorite Spider-Man movies. It is wild as shit with the colors and just like the music and how he fights Electro, how Electro looks. All of that is bizarre as shit, but it is a fun Spider-Man movie. It is a good time, especially I went and saw this with me and my sister. We enjoyed this movie so much. There's a cheap theater by our house that shows like $2 movies. We went and saw this like 2 or 3 times in that theater, just going to see Spider-Man again because we fucking loved it. I was disappointed that he didn't make it into the MCU, but I was also happy because we got Tom Holland and then we got him again as well. So I think it worked out for everybody. I even liked the ending with Paul Giamatti running as the Rhino at him. That was fun for me. I was excited. I thought we were gonna get to actually see that. I'm disappointed that we actually didn't get Paul Giamatti in No Way Home. That would have been great.
I'm lame like I fought a Russian guy in a rhinoceros machine.
So I think you already know I'm also putting Amazing Spider-Man in A tier because I love Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. They're fun. Those are the ones that I think of with Spider-Man's origin and all that. I don't really think of the Tobey Maguire ones. I love the goofiness of Andrew. I also love his suit. That was one of my favorite suits to use in Spider-Man 2. Almost has like sunglasses as the lenses, and I don't know, it just looks great. Ant-Man Uno. Where do I want to rank Ant-Man? I enjoy Ant-Man, but it's kind of like a Thor, where it's kind of just like it's an okay movie. It's like a whatever one. I'm going to put Ant-Man 1 in B tier. I enjoy it, I think, more than these movies. I've probably seen it more than these ones, but it's just kind of okay, you know. But yeah, I do think Paul Rudd is great. I love Michael Pena as Luis. I think something that could fix the MCU here. One, I think we should add a previously on in the beginning of the movies. I think we should be okay with that. And I also think movies and TV shows now that are interconnected and all this stuff, they should be okay with having animated and live action footage in the previously on. Like, imagine if this is completely different. This is Star Wars. Imagine if in like an Ahsoka we got previously on and we got to see some Rebels footage, some Clone Wars footage, some actual Star Wars footage, Mandalorian footage, and a previously on to explain that in the beginning, like 2 or 3 minutes, and then that would get the audience ready. I think the MCU could do the same thing, except I think you should do that and have it be like a Luis thing at the beginning of every single movie, or even the big movies or something, or just the TV shows, something like that, where you need to like recap the audience. I think that would be great. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet, because those are the best parts of the Ant-Man movies. Maybe that's why Ant-Man 3 didn't do well, because he wasn't in it, but I think they should be more willing to do previously ons and things like that, because I enjoy those. Done well, a previously on in a thing is pretty cool. Plus, I fucking love Michael Pena. Captain America Civil War. That is 110% S tier, baby. Fucking love that movie. That's probably the MC movie I've seen the most now. Just that airport scene. I rewatched that airport scene like a million fucking times, and I even like to rewatch the seeing the events from Spider-Man's point of view. In Spider-Man Homecoming, when you get to see like his cell phone vlog, like I think that's the opening of the movie. This is like vlog footage of Civil War. I love that. This is like a little devastating too, because like this breaks up the Avengers, leading all the way into Infinity War, when he like fucking Iron Man has to flip open his flip phone to try to think about calling Captain America. Like, they're still broken up then movies later. That was pretty cool. Like, this had big impacts on the MCU, which, no offense, but none of the movies or TV shows now are really impacting anything. Deadpool 1, automatically S tier. I mean, what a journey of trying to get that made, leaking the footage, all of that. Then finally getting it. Just like, there's so many things well done in this that now I can't wait to see how this is going to be in the MCU as well. Just like Colossus, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, all those characters. I can't think of the name, but his taxi driver. I can't wait to see all them in the MCU. And this movie, I was surprised when a lot of those characters popped up in the sequel. So I'm excited to see those characters now. And now we can maybe even see like Negasonic Teenage Warhead in an X-Men movie, or in an Avengers movie, or team up or something. And that's really fun. But also, Deadpool's fucking hilarious. I love the structure of the movie. I think Tim Miller did a great job as directing it. Ryan Reynolds is a genius. I'll watch Ryan Reynolds do anything, especially if he's dressed up as a superhero. I'd watch him dress up as a superhero and like or something, just like whatever he wants to do, he could do it. Doctor Strange. Where do I want to? This is either B tier or A tier. Let's do B tier, right behind Captain America. No, I said right behind Captain America. Thank you. We got Benedict Cumberbatch. I believe this is our first appearance of him. He maybe showed up in Thor Ragnarok as the end credit scene, but I think that was after this movie. Like when he goes to the area and talks to the Ancient One, and she hits him in the forehead, and he falls into the floor and comes back up, and then even like all of his fingers sprout in hands and coming and grabbing him, just all the weird shit like that. I was like, oh, we're in for a fucking weird movie. And then him jumping to Dormammu and just the time loop going over and going over and going over again with him and Dormammu. Then the ending of the movie, them reversing time and like just the whole fight going forward but reversing time at the same time. I loved the style of this movie. It was very fun. It got me really excited for the sequel of this guy, which unfortunately Scott Derrickson didn't direct the sequel. But Doctor Strange was a big surprise for me. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. I know I liked Benedict Cumberbatch and I know I like Marvel movies, but I just wasn't sure. And that one really surprised me. Another surprising one, Guardians of the Galaxy, going straight up to S tier. I've actually been rewatching the Guardians of the Galaxy movies now. I've been rewatching them lately just because I haven't seen them in a bit, and I wanted to just watch everything in the MCU that the Guardians, like see the whole MCU through the Guardians' eyes, basically, like watch their movies, watch Infinity War, go through all that. And it's been a lot of fun rewatching that. I forgot how much the first Guardians, the soundtrack is great, cast is great. I love Drax. I mean, the first. I'm kind of realizing, I knew this before, but all of Guardian is basically like James Gunn's Star Wars in a way. He kind of got away with doing his Star Wars in the MCU, and I fucking love it. It's fun too because it introduces us a little bit into the MCU villain. Like we get little teases of We get a little tease of Thanos here and there, especially through the views of his daughters and stuff like that. It just was a big surprise when that came out. I remember actually having to talk like my dad and my sister to go see the movie because like I was the only one in the house. I was like, I think this might be fun. This might be cool. And they're like, who the fuck are the Guardians of the Galaxy? Now going on to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. How do you top the first one? And to me, I think James Gunn did pretty close to topping the first one. I think it's just behind it for me. Kurt Russell, I fucking love Kurt Russell. I'll watch him do anything. So that him being the fucking villain in this, Ego, I loved. And then him being Star-Lord's dad was cool as well. Thought we were going to get Adam Warlock in this. There are a lot of teases to Adam Warlock, especially with the gold people, but whatever, we got him in the third movie, and he was enjoyable in that. Fuck, this is going to be a long video. But yeah, I think this movie has one of the best opening sequences in the MCU with Baby Groot dancing and plugging in the music and the electronic title card, Guardians of the Galaxy. I fucking love the Guardians movies. One of the best, like I think we got like Iron Man. I don't want to spoil some of this stuff, but we got like Iron Man, that, and a couple others that are like, oh, those are the good trilogies of the MCU. For the Dark World, I've said so much about that. It's just going straight to D tier. I don't care. They do so much to try to bring this movie back and make this movie important. It's just boring, unfortunately, and I got nothing else to say about it. This is the worst poster you could have picked for it, but we got Captain America: The Winter Soldier, another great. Some people think this is the best MCU movie for them. I'm gonna say this is, for me, right in front of the first Avengers, a little bit behind Guardians 2, right in front. I love it. Like honestly, from Avengers all the way up to my S tier, which this is how it should be. Those are my ones that I can rewatch those no problem nonstop. Got the elevator scene of Captain America fighting like 800 people in the elevator. One of the best fight scenes in the MCU. I love that we get some more Nick Fury action scenes. This is basically like an Avengers movie light. Sebastian Stan is amazing as the Winter Soldier. I love seeing him now more as Bucky, but I really, really enjoyed him as the villain in this. We get introduced to Falcon in this. A great addition. Captain America's partner, who's now Captain America, Sam Wilson. Yeah, what is there not to love about Captain America the Winter Soldier, honestly? That movie is just a fucking blast. Ant-Man and the Wasp. This one, yeah, I'm just gonna go put this in C tier. It's just okay, I don't got much to say about it. It's an okay watch, but probably not one I'll rewatch very soon. Spider-Man No Way Home with my boy Jake Gyllenhaal as the villain. This is gonna go, it's not S tier, but it's going right in front of all the other Spider-Man movies. This one's fun. Tom Holland is away from home. We even get him as, what is it, like Spider Monkey or something like that is his other nickname. We get a fake Nick Fury and a fake Maria Hill in this as Skrulls. Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. Tom Holland and Zendaya making out. I mean, how could it get any better than that? I was a little disappointed in the end when Tom Holland kills Mysterio, basically, or like has to kill Mysterio, But then I did really like the way this movie ends, setting up Far From Home, where like Spider-Man's fucked basically in Public Enemy #1. This movie has the best ending of all time. I don't, the third one didn't do it, but I liked how the first two movies of this end with someone almost saying fuck. You got Aunt May in the first movie when she finds out he's Spider-Man, and then at the end of this one, you got him going oh fuck before it ends. They should have really done one for the third one, to be honest. But my also one other tiny little criticism about this one is I really like the mysterious scene, like, you know, the fish head bowl and all that stuff when he like is in like he's using the visual effects to fuck with Tom Holland. I wish there was a lot more of that throughout the movie. That's my own. That's another criticism. I thought those were so fun that they should have used a little bit of mysterious shit a little more in the movie, I think. Black Widow. This movie, like in the canon, goes right after Civil War, and I think if this movie came out actually right after Civil War, this would have been very, very, very well praised. People would have really loved this. But the fact that this came out after Endgame and the main character is already dead and we've already moved on from like all this shit, and then you're just introducing like this other Captain America and Black Widow's sister, and even though I love Florence Pugh, it was just kind of weird, very weird timing. But just judging the movie, I'm gonna say this is solid B tier Marvel. I'm gonna put it probably right over. Oops. I think, you know, it's not better than Avengers 2 or Captain America, but it is better than Ant-Man. Like, it's not the worst MCU movie at all, but it was weird timing, and I think it could have come out at a better time. Speaking of weird timing, this movie made $1 billion because it came out in between Avengers Infinity War, where everybody died, and Endgame, where we were like, holy fuck, what's going to go on? We got Captain Marvel. I've tried to rewatch this movie, but it's just, this one is boring. This is going straight D tier. I probably will never watch this movie again unless I have to go through all the MCU movies or something. Yeah, I don't know. It was just boring. I don't got anything to say about it. I like Brie Larson. Spoilers, she's much better in the sequel. That one's just boring as shit. Avengers Endgame. Oh my god. Like, one of the best theater experiences of my life. Like, we were so spoiled for a little bit there. Going from Avengers Infinity War, like, oh my god, this is like top tier Avengers. Like, holy shit, how could it get any better than this? Then we get to Endgame, and you're like, literally everybody that's ever been in a Marvel movie is at this battle fighting, and we're like, Howard the Duck is here, fucking giant Ant-Man is here. Like, there's so much shit going on. I love it. Spider-Man fucking flying through with Valkyrie, like, so, and that's just the end battle. Everything before that, Tony Stark in the beginning of the movie with Nebula, that was fucking cool. I never thought I'd get some shit like that. And then Captain Marvel saves them. Him and Cap arguing when, like, it going back to Avengers Age of Ultron, shit like that was just so cool. It's so well written, well directed. I just miss those days. I fucking love that movie. Spider-Man No Way Home, the very first movie with Tom Holland. I already talked about how much I really liked this one. I'm putting this one ahead of his sequel. I think it is a little bit better. I'm gonna put that ahead of Iron Man 2. I really enjoyed Tom Holland's very first movie. Fucking Michael Keaton as the villain, just the scene alone with Michael Keaton turning around in the car to have the talk with Tom Holland makes it one of the best movies. That was such a great scene. And I was a little surprised he didn't show up in the third movie, but I kind of like that at the same time, especially after the weird shit in Morbius. But yeah, that's so fun. People do dog on this movie because it makes Tom Holland Spider-Man like Iron Man light, but I feel like that's a dumb criticism. Like, it's not that, like, he is his own, like, this is what we've wanted this whole time, is Spider-Man to be able to interact with these other characters and to hang out with Iron Man and hang out with Captain America and do all this shit. And then it happens, and we get, like, obviously it's a kid, and he needs a mentor to get into their shit. Like, they're not just going to involve a kid into their shit. I don't know. It made sense to me, and I really liked it. And we've already seen so much of the other shit. Let's see this, and then we're going to continue to get more Tom Holland, obviously. Like, those aren't going to be the only movies we ever see him in. I don't know. I think people are kind of, like, little whiny bitches about that. I honestly, because I understand you wanting to get your own Tom Holland stuff, but, like, it is cool that we got 3 movies to be his origin. I like that. Avengers Infinity War. One of the craziest theater experiences. Getting to the end of the movie, like, going into that, we knew, okay, either probably Captain America or Iron Man's gonna die in this, or the next movie, one of them is moving on. Like, that was just known that, like, one of them might die. And you get to the end of this fucking movie, and everybody fucking dies, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? I love the opening bit with Thanos on, I don't know what the ship is called, but the Thor ship from the end of Thor Ragnarok with all of the people from Asgard there, and then him like boxing the Hulk. I know people get like pissed off at that because like the Hulk got his ass beat, but I love how that like it just looks like a real fucking boxing match with those two. It's so fucking tight. I love Avengers Infinity War. I'm gonna put it actually right above Avengers Endgame, just because the fight with Thanos and Doctor Strange and the Guardians and Spider-Man and all of them on Titan, I think. Oh my god, I fucking love that fight. I rewatch that all the time. It's one of my favorite MCU fight scenes. We got Black Panther 1. This one is so fucking sad now because it's like such an amazing movie. I honestly think the first Black Panther movie is 100% S tier. I'm putting it right behind Civil War just because like it's hard to beat fucking all of them teaming up doing shit, you know? Not a lot of movies can do that. Michael B. Jordan, he's so good that like people were almost okay with him coming back to just replace his Black Panther when Chadwick passed because they're like, well, fucking put Michael B. Jordan in there. Who doesn't love Michael B. Jordan? Andy Serkis was a good like claw in Age of Ultron, but I loved him in this. I mean, I love Andy Serkis in anything, but he was really fun in this as well. And it's hard to say anything bad about Black Panther, honestly. It's very fun. I also love the end credit scene with Bucky. It's a pretty good time. Speaking of a pretty good time, Thor Ragnarok. Oh my god. I believe it came out the same weekend as Justice League. Imagine seeing these movies. You're like, go see this, and you're like, oh cool, go see Justice League next, and then you're like, oh, fuck me, what happened to these movies? Thor Ragnarok. Don't know what tier it is though. Right? I'm trying to think. I'm gonna put it in between these Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. This movie is so fun. It's very, very silly. Not sometimes, you know, it can not make sense here or there. It's got a really weird Stan Lee cameo with him cutting hair and shit. You know, Taika Waititi's first MCU movie, and you know, it was so good that we all thought Love and Thunder was gonna be great. I remember when the trailer for this came out, and he's in the Thor's in like the little Thunderdome getting ready to fight like Mad Max style. Hulk comes barreling through and we're all like, oh fuck. We've been waiting to see where Hulk was at the end of Age of Ultron, and he shows up here. Everyone thought like Planet Hulk was gonna happen, and it kind of did, but kind of, you know, didn't really. But that was such a smart choice, pairing them up together. That was really good. Shang-Chi. This is good, but like, where the fuck has Shang-Chi been, huh? When are we gonna get back to Shang-Chi? I'm putting Shang-Chi B tier. The fucking bus fight scene, best scene in the movie. I rewatch that all the time. That was really good. Little criticism of this. I don't really like Awkwafina in this. I like her, but she's just kind of playing in this. It's kind of whatever. But other than that, it's a pretty fun movie. I'm going to do these ones really quick. Venom 1 and Venom 2. These are both C tier. They're entertaining movies, but they don't do anything for me. They're fine. They're whatever. I love Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's great. His Venom's cool. But, you know, the movies are whatever. Deadpool 2. I really dug Deadpool 2, but at the end of it, I just remember feeling like that was good, but I don't know. I just expected it to be, like, more fun and exciting and crazy, and it just wasn't until...
Oh, right.
The end credit scene. And then the end credit scene made it for the entire movie. Like, not to say I didn't like Deadpool 2, but I just remember being like, oh, okay, that was good. That was what I expected, you know, whatever. And then the end credit scene blew me away. That being said, I'm going to put it in B tier, probably, yeah, I'll do right in front of Shang-Chi. But I do think the first one's a lot more enjoyable. Maybe it's just, I don't know what it is, but I kind of get bored through, like, Deadpool 2. There's some certain bits that are, like, the Brad Pitt cameo and some things here or there, but I don't know. Just the whole opening is just kind of sad, and I don't like the title sequence in it, and it's just, there's a lot that just kind of bores me, I think, in Deadpool 2. I didn't really, I just never go back to it. I like Once Upon a Deadpool, actually, more than Deadpool 2. Once Upon a Deadpool is fucking hilarious. And I know it's the same movie. It's just a little different, but Once Upon a Deadpool is fucking fun as fuck. Eternals. Let's see. Where do we put Eternals? I don't even remember Eternals that much, honestly. I'm going to put Eternals actually right behind Ant-Man and the Wasp. Beautiful movie. Not very memorable. Maybe it's just because I've only watched it like once or twice, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of whatever. It was... honestly, a little disappointing. I thought Eternals was going to be so fucking cool. I was excited for the cast. I feel like they wasted casting Angelina Jolie in that movie because, like, where the fuck is she going to be in the MCU now? Also, Kit Harington, like, it just seemed like such a weird decisions in that movie, 100%. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now we're on Morbius. Morbius isn't even, like, good bad. It's just bad. It's going straight into D tier. That movie's confusing. Spider-Man Far From Home. This movie. I know people are like regressing on it, and then they're finding all like the things that aren't great about it. But this movie was a fucking blast in the theaters. I'm gonna put this in A tier as my number 3. I think. We got all the Spider-Man together. Like, I thought Into the Spider-Verse with them all being animated and hanging out was cool. Fucking seeing all 3 of these Spider-Man hang out and then fighting their villains together, that was really cool. The only thing that could have made this better if we actually got some Tom Holland villains going in there too, and all of that would have been kind of neat. I really, really wish we could have got, instead of Ned bringing in the people, it was going to be American Chavez from Doctor Strange, but because of COVID and the things, the movies had to come out of order, they had to do reshoots, and they undid that. But that would have been so fun, because I think then that would have also led to Spider-Man having a cameo in Doctor Strange, and I just feel like the movies would have flowed better together. But, you know, it was still so fucking good what we got. Like, all the ways that this movie was supposed to be better, it's so crazy that it was still so good. I do wish that stuff didn't get leaked, but what can you do? That's just how we live now. Oh, I didn't even realize the TV shows were in this. Okay. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I really gotta think about this one. It was a fun show, but like by the end, a little disappointing, even though I fucking love the suit, and it's a little sad that they're changing the suit now for Captain America. I kind of forget Wyatt Russell was in this as well as Captain America, and then he became U.S. agent. I kind of forgot about that, honestly. That's really exciting. I am excited to see him in Thunderbolts. I think the show was kind of disappointing, honestly. Thinking about it now, I'm gonna put this high C tier. It was good, but I feel like it really could have been better. Same here with Hawkeye. I'm going to put Hawkeye right behind it. Hawkeye was fun to watch, especially because I did videos with my dad called Hot Guys talking about Hawkeye. It was Haley Steinfeld. Loved her. I'm excited to see more of her as, like, the new Hawkeye. Kingpin was fucking dope when we finally got him in there, even though, like, it was, like, very comic booky and kind of weird. It was just cool to see Vincent D'Onofrio back in it finally. But other than that, you know, it doesn't do much for me. Loki season 1 and season 2. Oh my goodness. Some of the best shit in the MCU. This is S tier right behind Avengers Endgame. The time travel shenanigans. Owen Wilson steals the show in Loki. I need Owen Wilson to be in more MCU stuff, please. And I don't want to spoil it because Loki's still pretty fresh, but the ending of Loki season 2, so beautiful. The kind of wraps up Jonathan Majors King stuff a little bit, so like they can go anywhere. I know they're probably just gonna recast him and move on to shit, but Loki's so fun. WandaVision 2. WandaVision was like the first we're on WandaVision now. WandaVision was like the first MCU show that like I remember every Friday, every night, everybody talking about this show, being so excited. I loved it. This is gonna be right behind Black Panther for me in S tier. I really dug it. The ending was a little but up until then, I loved it. I was really excited to see each era of TV show they did with like the 90s and black and white TV back at, like, it was just so, it was a lot of fun. I was surprised how creative they were with that show. All right, we can zoom this out a little bit now. All right, so we have Moon Knight. Oh, I really did dig Moon Knight. I feel like a lot of people did not like Moon Knight, but I really dug Moon Knight. It did get a little stale. The like, oh right, when violence is gonna happen, he faded away and shit. But eventually, it was kind of fun, and I dug that style of the show. I hope we get more Oscar Isaac soon as Moon Knight, because that was a really fun character. I loved getting into the mental illness stuff with him as well. I'm gonna put this in high B tier, number 3 in B tier. It was a really fun, surprising show. Plus all the costume changes, like I did really dig that every single personality had like its own interpretation of what the Moon Knight suit should be like. That was really cool. No other characters really like that. Ooh, we got What If. So we just ended the second season in What If. The first couple were like Christmas episodes, and then they were just kind of random What If episodes, which were really like, what if Captain Carter showed up here? What if Captain Carter showed up here? What if Captain Carter showed up here? A lot of people kind of got annoyed with that online. I didn't really mind it that much. I like this season so much more than season 1. The new character Kahara, I really liked that episode. The whole episode was subtitled. It was so unique. Like, they was in like a different realm because of the Tesseract, like falling into like a lake or something like that. It was really neat. But yeah, I think they went way more out there with What If season 2 with just the what ifness. It was a lot of fun. But that being said, season 1 was kind of stale. So I'm gonna give this low end B tier. It's fun, but it could be a lot better. Although when all the voices do come back, like Chris Hemsworth's back and all that, you have some other dude playing Iron Man, It does get pretty fun. I will give them that. I have a good time. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. This one is another weird one because like it really felt like WandaVision, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange were set up to be like a kind of a trilogy in a way. And then COVID fucked it all up, and then they still tried to do it and add Wanda as the villain in Doctor Strange 2, and it kind of worked, but it was weird. The only saving grace of it is that Sam Raimi directed this, and you get some fun as fuck Sam Raimi bits in it. I love them fighting with like the music, the whole end of Doctor Strange with like the shit coming out of him, everything with Wanda. So much fun. But yeah, this is another one that surprised me. I really, really liked it, and then a lot of people didn't dig it as much. I'm gonna put it right behind Spider-Man No Way Home. Ooh, look at that. Our A tier's getting bigger now. Miss Marvel. Fucking one of the best MCU shows. Obviously not as good as Loki, and maybe not even as good as WandaVision, but really, really good. Where did I put WandaVision, actually? I would put this right behind WandaVision. Oh, right here, okay. Ooh, WandaVision's S tier, though. I'm gonna put this at the low end of A tier, honestly. Miss Marvel's really, really good. I hope we get a season 2. It was more of like a teen drama in some ways, but sometimes that's kind of fun. It was Aman Vellani's first role, I believe, too, which is fucking crazy. She is so great as Miss Marvel. I dig her. I really do want to see her and Tom Holland together. Once I see that, then I'm fine with whatever goes on the MCU. I just need to see them pair up somehow. Oh, fuck me. Doctor Strange, Thor, Love and Thunder is what I was going to say. Thor, Love and Thunder. This is just fucking going straight into D tier. This movie, oh my God. It's got some cool visual effects with their fighting and like the black and white moon kind of thing at the end. But other than that, fuck that movie. Jesus Christ. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I did really, really enjoy this the first time I saw it. Heard all the criticisms. I rewatched it again, and it just kind of like, I was like, oh yeah, this movie's boring. It kind of blows, to be honest. I'm just going to put it in C tier. It's like whatever. It's not even like that bad. It's just like, for the third movie, why this? Why did you turn him into MODOK? Now he's dying as an Avenger. Like, Kang's here getting carried away by ants. It was just a lot of weird decisions. Black Panther 2, or Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I really did like this one, but it was just something about it. It was just like, not something about it. Just the movie's sad because you think of Chadwick the whole time, especially because they have to kill Black Panther in this. But it's a really good MC movie. It's just hard to rewatch because it's so sad. But I'm gonna put it right in front of Black Widow. It's B tier. I enjoy it, but it's just hard to watch because it's really fucking sad. Namor is so fun in this. I love his little wings on his feet. I love too also that like we get introduced to Black Panther's kid, and that so he'll probably be like Black Panther in the movies eventually. That's cool, but overall I was a little disappointed in it just because I was like, oh, I kind of just wanted another Black Panther movie. But I get why we didn't get one. Guardians of the Galaxy, the Christmas special. Oh my God. I love a good Christmas special. This was great. I'm putting this up, let's see, right in front of Thor Ragnarok. Actually, yeah, I'll leave it there. Actually, right here. Let's put it there. A tier, right in between some Spider-Man. I just love a good Christmas special, especially like you have Drax in there. You have original Christmas music. You got Drax and all them kidnapping Kevin Bacon to bring to Star-Lord to try to make him happy. It's just a really fun time. It also goes by very quickly. I know it's hard to do these productions and stuff, but I wish Marvel could have like a Christmas special, even if it was animated or something sometimes. Some kind of Christmas special, Halloween special, things like that throughout the years, and like that's what they did with Disney Plus. That would be funner to me. Like their special presentations, like we have here with Werewolf by Night, something like that in the MCU every once in a while with Disney Plus. I think would be better than doing millions of TV shows. Kind of like how they used to do like the little one-shot things actually on the DVDs. Do those do like a 45-minute to an hour one of those for Disney Plus. There you go, bang. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, this is going straight up to S tier, but where in S tier? I'm going to put it right behind Loki Season 3, or Season 2. Put it right behind Loki, Jesus Christ. Everything with Rocket in this movie is fucking devastating. But the villain's fun. You really fucking hate the villain. You want him to die. Like, he gets his face ripped off, and you're like, fucking good. Do it again, asshole. It's also sad. Just seeing, like, knowing that this is the last time with the team, and then you kind of slowly seeing it fall apart is sad. But it's also cool because you're getting to see, like, a new Guardians team, which I really do hope Marvel does. Like, how they're doing Captain America now with Sam Wilson. Do another Guardians movie, but, like, without some of this cast. I think even James Gunn wants that as well. I think that'd be pretty fun. Especially if you do keep, like, Rocket and some of the people that we had here at the end. I think that'd be really nice. Supposedly, too, this isn't the end of Star-Lord. Supposedly, we're going to get some kind of update on Star-Lord eventually, which I'm pretty curious what that's going to be. But I love Guardians 3. Like I said, I've been rewatching them lately, and I didn't remember how much I fucking love those movies. She-Hulk. Oh, we have 2 left. We got She-Hulk and Werewolf by Night. She-Hulk, I dug. I know all these fucking men on the internet hated She-Hulk with the twerking and whatnot.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. You know I'm the hottest. You ain't never got.
But, you know, I feel like She-Hulk was fucking great. I had a good fucking time with She-Hulk. I'm actually going to put it right behind Avengers, right in front of Spider-Man's. Actually, that's not true. I'm putting it right behind Iron Man 2. She-Hulk was so fun. I do feel like they could have put a little more effort into it, but I liked the nods back to the OG Hulk stuff. Tim Roth was fucking great in it, especially getting some of the Abomination stuff back and forth with him. Her meeting Kevin Feige at the end was great. It was just always fun. I always had a good time. It didn't really impact the MCU that much. Didn't really do much, but I had a good time with it. I had a really fun time with that. I really like the character. Plus, I love Tatiana Maslany. Loved her in Orphan Black, so obviously I was gonna love her in this, and I'm just excited to see. I want her more in the MCU as well, like in Captain America and things like that, just because she's so fun. And like watching her on set, you can tell she's having the time of her life. All right, last one. Thank God, this was so much fucking longer than I thought it was gonna be. Werewolf by Night. This was fun. Oddly, they re-released the fucking in color version, like this Christmas or this Halloween, because they couldn't make anything new, so they're like, whatever, we'll just release it in color. But this was cool and interesting. If this doesn't go anywhere ever, kind of weird and random, but at the same time, it was kind of neat. I honestly don't know. I'm struggling to put this one. I enjoyed it, but like, I almost wish I could put it in between B and C somehow. I'm gonna put it in the very end of B. I enjoyed it, but I was like kind of, I don't really remember it much, and I just know it was a fun horror kind of thing. And then you met some creatures and whatnot. But yeah, I liked it. It just didn't really seem like it's gonna go much anywhere. That was a fucking hour. Fuck my mouth. All right, well, that was me ranking the MCU. All right, well, that's going to do it for this tier list video. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Comment down below and maybe another tier list you'd like to see me do, or your ranking of this as well. Well, it's going to be a fucking big comment because that's a lot of fucking movies. But yeah, catch you guys next time.